Good, happy Sunday evening, January 19, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this evening edition of Good Evening, New Hampshire. Let's begin. We're going to begin with your local news and national news. First up, cause of 4-alarm fire in Belmont under investigation. Barn destroyed in 4-alarm fire in Belmont. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
This economy is not working for most of us. There is not one county in the United States of America where someone working full-time at the minimum wage can afford a 2-bedroom apartment. The biggest problem in our economy is simple. People are not getting paid enough.
Now, investigators are trying to determine what caused a 4-alarm fire at a barn in Belmont last night. That barn was leveled by flames and actually still smoldering this afternoon. The state fire marshal's office was on scene, waiting for it to be safe to get inside to investigate. The Brown Hill Road home also suffered extensive damage. No one was living there at the time, though. Anyone with information about this fire is asked to contact the state fire marshal's office.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Trump administration to change Obama-era school lunch policy. Let's take a listen to that video from CBS Evening News.
Sweeping new changes are being proposed to an Obama-era school lunch policy. The move by the Trump administration would loosen rules for fruits and vegetables, which could lead to more pizzas and burgers on the menu. Here's Natalie Brand.
Proposed changes to the National School Lunch Program would affect meals served to 30 million school-age children in 99,000 schools across America. Food service providers could dial back servings of fruit at breakfast, cut back on grains to make room for meats and meat alternatives, and relax current vegetable requirements. Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue says this is because kids are wasting food. The Department of Agriculture proposed these changes to put local school and summer food service operators in charge of their lunch programs because they know their children best. Secretary Perdue ate lunch with school kids after a previous change in food standards back in May of 2017.
We're giving these professionals, these food service professionals, the flexibility to move as we get a healthier generation.
That year, former First Lady Michelle Obama, who championed children's nutrition as one of her key causes, sounded off on those changes.
Yeah, this is where you really have to look at motives. You have to stop and think. Why don't you want our kids to have good food at school? What is wrong with you?
The American Heart Association calls this latest proposal unnecessary, saying schools will now serve fewer fruits and grains, a smaller variety of vegetables, and less healthy entrees that aren't part of a balanced meal. The Agriculture Department plans to have an open comment period this month. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that was your local and national news. Now we're going to switch gears now and let's go into weather. Quiet and chilly start to the week. Let's take a listen to that weather video from meteorologist Mike Haddad.
This economy is not working for most of us. There is not one county in the United States of America where someone working full-time at the minimum wage can afford a 2-bedroom apartment. The biggest problem in our economy is simple. People are not getting paid enough.
Thank you very much for joining us. Stormwatch 9 weather on the web, moving into another week, and this one storm-free, at least from Monday
through Friday. Now, there is some uncertainty coming in by next weekend, but for the next 5 days, nice and quiet and storm-free. Certainly chilly to start, so the coldest this week will be Monday, Tuesday, into early on Wednesday, and then it warms up by later Wednesday and especially Thursday and on into Friday, when temperatures will be about 10 above the average for this time of year, if not even a little bit milder. But for the here and now, surge of midwinter cold building in our direction, so our temperatures will run a little bit below the norm in the next couple of days. Overnight lows near or slightly below 0 north, single digits to around 10 elsewhere, and about 11, 12, 13 degrees or so right along the coast, and with a bit of a breeze in the lower Merrimack Valley as well. Overnight tonight, more clouds and flurries on and off from the Great Northwoods through the White Mountains, and additional dusting to an inch of snow possible through early on Tuesday morning. Elsewhere, the clouds will break and we'll have a lot of sun as we go into the day on your Monday. So for tonight, again, we do have the clouds up north giving way to partial clearing by daybreak, but for Monday it looks sunny. It will be on the breezy side, and temperatures much lower than they were today, but it looks like a fine skiing day to get out and enjoy all that fresh powder we picked up during Saturday night. Plenty of sun during the day on Tuesday as well, with a few patchy clouds building up north during the course of the afternoon. High temperatures for tomorrow, mid-teens north, lower to mid-20s south, maybe a couple of notches lower than that on Tuesday, but then a bit of a warming trend follows for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with lots of sun.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report from meteorologist Mike Haddad. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into sports. Good, happy Sunday evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Sports with Riley King. Let's begin. We have a lot of sports news to get to this evening, so let's get started. First up, Jaguars edge South Pelham. Windham Hockey wins 7-1. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9's Jason King.
This economy is not working for most of us. There is not one county in the United States of America where someone working full-time at the minimum wage can afford a two-bedroom apartment. The biggest problem in our economy is simple. People are not getting paid enough.
Two games were played like this one. South Pelham at Windham. Jaguars in white. Charlie Green with a shorthanded bid. He scores, made it 1-0 Windham. 2-zip in the second. This time it's South Pelham down a man. Nice feed from Chris Skelly to John Pinkston, who scored to make it 2-1. But the Jags would get it back. Tommy Langlois with the wrister, and the Jaguars win 7-1.
Okay, and congratulations to the Jaguars. The Boston Celtics, they played a game yesterday, and let's take a look at that final score of that game. And here's a look at the final score of that game, and the Phoenix Suns won the game yesterday, 123. They play tomorrow against the Lakers. Boston Bruins, they played a game today, and here's a look at that final score of that game. And Pittsburgh Penguins won the game today, and they won 4, as you can see the score, 4-2. Also, Kansas City Chiefs and Tennessee Titans, they played today, and the final score of that game, as you can see, Kansas City Chiefs won the game, so they'll be heading off to Miami, and we'll learn who will be also heading off to Miami. The next two teams that are playing this evening at 6:40 p.m. are Green Bay Packers at San Francisco 49ers. You can watch that game on Fox, and at the end of that game, we will find out who will head to the Super Bowl along with the Kansas City Chiefs. So we will find out. And that is it for this evening edition of Sports with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed watching this evening edition of Sports with Riley King. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening. I'll be back here tomorrow for another edition of Sports with Riley King. Good night and bye, everyone. Okay, and there you go with sports. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into New Hampshire Life. In New Hampshire Life, let's take a look at your evening event calendar for this Sunday evening. Midnight Nights All-Night Adventure, 7 o'clock p.m. at Guard Up, Inc. Ready, Set, Learn to Curl, 7 p.m. at Plymouth State University Ice Arena. Ballroom Dancing, 7 p.m. at Relief Inn. And that is a look at the events this evening. Professional Bull Riding League visits Manchester for the first time. Professional Bull Riding Manchester Invitational held Saturday and Sunday at SMHU Arena. Let's take a listen to that video from WR News 9.
Life's a journey. Along the way, earn toward a new GM vehicle with the Buy Power card from Capital One, because the most rewarding things in life are earned.
Welcome back. This weekend, professional bull riders came to the Queen City for the very first time. The event was a big hit, too. The Professional Bull Riding Manchester Invitational was held yesterday and today at SNHU Arena. 35 of the best bull riders from around the world competed in front of thousands of fans. Riders tried to hold on to the bulls for 8 seconds.
I think there's a special energy when you come to these type of events because, like you said, the people aren't necessarily used to this, and it's all exciting to them all the time.
And the tour is making 30 stops. The next event in New England is February 22nd in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Okay, and there you go. Looks like a fun event there. Wow. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. In entertainment news, previewing the Screen Actors Guild Award. Let's take a look at that video from Good Morning America.
I was a centerfold once.
Oscar season in full force, and the question is, will tonight's Screen Actors Guild Awards provide any hints about who will be taking home Hollywood's top prizes? ABC's Chris Connolly right there at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles. Chris, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Dan. Yes, we are on the silver carpet outside the Shrine, where in a few hours the nominees will be processing in their award show finery, probably wearing a little more than those two behind me right now. So it's the SAG Awards. That means it's only actors, and it means TV and film. But it's Oscar season, so we're focused on the movies. The SAG Awards, actors choosing actors. For some, that means a lot.
Oh my gosh.
They might have rolled out the red carpet for the 2020 SAGs just last Friday, but its nomination deadline was way back on December 8th, meaning names eligible for Hollywood's heaviest statue do not reflect the last 5 weeks of skirmishes in the award show culture wars. Upset that Little Women didn't get a Best Director nod from the Oscars? Well, the movie didn't get a single SAG nomination, not one. Last weekend's top-grossing movie, the Oscar contender 1917, Not here either. But, hey, Jennifer Lopez is the Unstoppable Hustlers star, cited in the supporting female actor category.
I guess I'm just a people person.
That also includes 2 nominations for the explosive Bombshell, Nicole Kidman and Margot Robbie.
I don't want to be on TV. I want to be on Fox.
The favorite in this category remains Marriage Story's Laura Dern, who's a SAG Awards double nominee, since Dern is also in the nominated cast of the acclaimed TV series Big Little Lies. Supporting male actor looks like Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You do that? While Joker's Joaquin Phoenix seems to be the frontrunner in lead male actor. Lead female actor features Judy's Renee Zellweger and non-Oscar nominee Lupita Nyong'o for her dual role in Jordan Peele's Us. Now, that leaves Best Motion Picture Cast. I think Bombshell's got a shot, but I don't know if anybody agrees with me. Remember, though, this weekend has already given us an Oscar Best Picture favorite. It's 1917. The World War I epic won the Producers Guild Award last night. Guys?
That I have yet to see, and I'm really excited to see.
Things about it.
But you said you're not sure anybody agrees with you on Bombshell. I think those of us on the set who have watched the movie really liked it. So we have no vote. Although we do have a vote in the SAG Awards. Yes. We don't have a vote in the Oscars. Yes, I forgot that. I did pay my union dues, so I can vote. Chris Connolly, thank you very much. I want to remind everybody the big 92nd annual Oscars takes place February 9th right here on ABC, and GMA will be live from LA the morning after.
I think you're losing your voting rights after that.
Yes.
Well, hey there, G.
Okay, and there you go. And that does it for this evening edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. I hope you all enjoyed watching. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. Good night and bye, everyone.